have you mentioned in the beginning of this, like you have at the time you had a young family, and now you still have a family. I think a relatively young family.
Yeah.
How did you balance the touring of the home life and family life? And I know that's hard, and I'd love to know your perspective on that.
Yeah. So, like I said, whenever Randy asked me to do the television promo for the winners, that's really only about 10 or 12 shows, and I thought that's what I'd be doing. When Kelly asked me to go tour with her full time, I just told her, I'm like, I've been touring for 10 plus years already. At the time, my kids were like, I think 5 and 8, and I can't do that again. It's really important for me to keep my family intact. And she's like, well, what would it take to be able to do that? And I said, well, we've had a rule as a family. I don't go 3 weeks without seeing my kids or my wife. So I just need to know if I'm going to do this, I need an environment where, I can bring my family out anytime I need to.
I love that.
Some camps that's not cool, and it's just not, what happens on the road, which is totally fine. But that wasn't where I wanted to be. And she was like, are you kidding? Absolutely. So for 18 years, my kids are 27 and 24 now, 23, 26, something like that. They grew up on the road. So every 3 weeks, no matter what, whether we were in Europe, Australia, US, a lot of tours, if you're familiar with touring, I'm sure, tour buses sleep 12 people, just 12 bunks on the average tour bus. And that's a cost-effective thing to be able to transport that many people. Kelly would do things like she would only put 6 to 8 people on a band bus, so we had room for all of our wives or kids to come out on the road. And then being able to, she's really about hiring quality people, and I got to hire all the musicians in our audio team. So I got to hire people that would create an environment where it was family friendly, and so that's how we've been able to do it. That's really a testament to her.
That's amazing, yeah. And I mean, I think that speaks to the longevity of it. The fact that you were able to, she created like an environment that welcomed who you were, so that it made you stick around. That's amazing, man. And like you mentioned, like the fact that it's not a cost-effective thing to leave empty tour space on tour bus, but like in the long run, it's a long-term perspective as opposed to the short-term money. That's amazing. I love that, man. That's really cool, and that's something that my wife and I at least I think about for my wife, and future kids one day, how we would handle that, because it's.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of families torn apart by
by
touring. It's just not, it's hard being. I think for 12 of the last 18 years, I've been gone no less than 200 days a year. And so during the stronger era, I was gone from home 300 days a year. So, wow. You can imagine what that's like, trying to maintain a family that way. And it's not for everybody. Luckily, I have a wife who's very supportive.
Well, I mean, based on the first half of this conversation, 95% of your career is, on the back of your wife, all these things that she was...
Absolutely, yeah, 100%. She was like, good. So,
oh, that's amazing, man. That is amazing.
But then my daughter at I can't remember how old she was, about 6. When Kelly shot the Because of You video, my daughter actually played young Kelly in the video.
That's fun.
So it was cool when we did the tour. It was cool having all the footage of Kennedy up on the screen while we were playing the song. And so I got to see my daughter every night at 60 feet tall, trying not to cry like a dad. And but yeah, Kelly's been very welcoming to my kids and my family.
I love that. That is really cool. That's really, I think, important, and I think really just amazing in general.